Have yourself a Mintay Christmas in the merry month of June. And here's that scrapbooker extraordinaire, Terry Rice.
All right, let's hear it from my MC. Now, the reason how come he said Mintay Little Christmas, or Mintay Christmas, whatever he said, whatever he's saying, is because this is a Mintay challenge. And the challenge is childhood memories in a layout. And so anyway, I pulled out this picture of me, and I would have been 4 years old. It was taken at my grandma's house, which I have to say, my memory of being there at Christmas time was just the best. Because she had these lights. I got to tell you my whole story before I do anything. She had these lights that looked like they had water in them, and when the lights would heat up, they would bubble. And I would stand so close to them and just watch them. I mean, for seemingly hours, but I don't know how long I really stood there. I mean, it seemed like I stood there for a long time. That was my favorite thing. I don't remember really. I remember liking everything on the tree, but that was my fave. And then also the other thing, I'm going to call it Christmas magic, because the other thing was when I would go there, Santa Claus knew I was there. So that was just like truly amazing to me. Well, as I got older, it was amazing. I mean, I was 4 here, so. And also the other thing was when I got home, Santa had left stuff there too. So that was super amazing. So it's like, you know, I had Christmas in 2 places. In fact, I remember one time I said, I like it when we go away on Christmas because then I get more gifts. That's what I thought. Okay, and so anyway, this was actually developed in September of 1962. So it would actually been taken in 61. But, and it's black and white because that's the color of the day, you know. And, but anyhow, I have this 6x8 pad, and so I kind of went through there because I wanted to, you know, put it on something. And this was actually the cover. And so they always put one extra paper, it's like bonus, you know. And so anyway, this was there, and it's like I tried on all the different ones, but when I put it on here, it's like it almost colorized the picture in my mind when I would see it. It just looks so different on there than anything else. So I'm gonna put it on here. This is, you know, developed almost a year later, but I'm gonna leave that on there because I just like seeing that it's there. So, I mean, it's kind of silly, but you know, it's just a fond memory of actually seeing that date on there. So, and it's kind of rough in this corner. It kind of looks like it's like there's a little ink on it or something, but so I'm actually gonna put it right on here. Whoops. I'm gonna center it a little better. But I just liked how it looked on that diagonal and all the colors. But I also wanted it on pink because I just like how it looked on the whole thing. And I wanted, you know, extra layers. I just love it. So I'm going to, so this is like, I think it's a 1/4 inch on each side, or roughly. And then this will put like 1/8 of an inch on each side. So I've got that. Oh, the papers I'm using, details, is, it's actually Mary and Joy from Mintay. And I've already used Christmas, I think, from here. But anyway, this was, let me show you what the paper looked like. So this was actually like this. And another thing, when I pulled out this picture, or this paper, and put this picture on it, it's like, oh my gosh, it was like almost being, hopefully, it was blurry only a second. When I seen it on this paper, I think this is the color of my grandma's living room because it really made me feel like I was there. So anyhow, I love that. So anyhow, I thought, okay, you know, I knew that Santa Claus knew that I was there, so I had to have this this picture. I could have just used green because it reminded me of Grandma's house, but I thought, nope, I like the idea of Santa Claus looking in the window because he knew I was there. And then because the ornaments meant so much to me, I like this paper. It's actually like this on this side, and the other paper is, you know, the whole page is like this. But so anyhow, I'm going to use this on this side. So I brought in just a white piece of paper, white piece of cardstock, and I'm going to put it on that. And this, you know, if you know Mintay paper, it's going to make a lot of thickness with the extra paper. But I want it like this, and you know I have to save the extra paper because that's how I am. Okay. So, I mean, this is so pretty already. I just love it. And this is my favorite. I wish there was more of those in this collection, and that big. I just love it. All the embellishment, or, you know, fussy cut pieces, the elements are just so pretty. Okay, I'm going to keep watching that screen and make sure it's not blurry. And hopefully the beginning wasn't. Otherwise, you just got to hear me tell my story in a blur. Okay, so got that on there. I'm gonna do this because I think it's not right up to it. I mean, I can trim it if I have to. I think I just have a crooked. I don't know. This looks straight here, so I don't know what this deal is. Okay, probably me, probably the cutter error. Okay, so I'm gonna call it Christmas Magic, and I'm gonna put it right here. I actually die cut Christmas Magic out of this paper. You know, it's got the snowflakes on it. I thought, oh my gosh, that'd be so pretty. But when I put it on here, you just couldn't even see it. So, I mean, it's like you can barely see it unless it's right on top of that red. So, with hubby looked at it, yep, he goes, I can't see it either. So, I'm going to use these ones, and they are from, they're American Crafts Happy. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use on here, and so I'm going to pause and put that down, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the title put on there, Christmas Magic, and I think it needs that gold on there, so that worked good. Okay, so I'm going to take my picture, and I'm going to put it kind of low because part of my magic experience at Grandma's was the ornaments, so I don't want to cover up the ornaments on this paper. I want it to be, you know, where I can still see, especially that one there. I love that one there. It's my favorite one. Okay, I think that's probably straight there. Let me see. I do kind of want to pull it over close to the ornament, but just not on it, because I do want to see the whole thing. I'm just kind of slightly adjusting it to the right spot. Okay, I think that's good there. And it's funny, but I think that coat was red, and it, I know that in black and white photos, I know they would use certain colors in movies because of how they were gonna look in the black and white. So, and to me that just looks like, I'm pretty sure it was a red coat, even though I have no recollection of the coat at all, except for that I'm pretty sure it was red. Now, if Mom was still around, I'd ask her. If she told me it was blue, I'd be very surprised. Okay, this looks like a car from that, or vintage truck from that time period. So I think this is so appropriate. I'm gonna use it in the picture, even though my dad did not have a truck, he had a car. But his car kind of looked like that. Okay, so I've got that there, and let's see, what's my other thing? Oh, okay, and then I have this little deer that is totally deer, so pretty. So I thought, yep, if the kid in me would want that little deer on the page, so I definitely have to use it. And I've got it up on dimensionals, but I tried to put a little bit, you know, underneath its stick like legs. So we'll see how good it does. Oh, and it was so funny because once I got this out and was looking at it, I kept dreaming it was Christmas, and I was trying to find a gift, and I was having such a hard time finding the gift. Okay, the other thing is I want to put this here, but I'm trying not to cover up the stuff on the TV, just because when I show it to the grandkids and stuff, I want them to see what TVs look like back then. So I'm gonna try not to cover up too much of it, because this is original. I mean, it's its last stand on this paper, so it's like that's where I'm using it. Okay, I'm using a square of that snowflake paper. I don't know if you can see it. It's there. I think you can see it there. So even though you can't really see it, you won't be able to see much of it. I'm still putting it underneath here because I just want to see that little bit of it. So, and I'm putting my little story on here, and it's just quick because I don't want to cover up too much of it, and it's like it just says the magic of Christmas, looking at Grandma's bubble lights, seemingly for hours. Santa Claus knew I was at Grandma's. Santa Claus left gifts for me at home too. So that's just what it says. And I think I'm gonna put that down after I put the presents down. And of course I have them on 100 dimensionals. I need to get out my little chipboard pieces that I was trying to use up, because I've been really going through the dots lately. And it's time consuming. Okay, so there's gifts here that look just like this, so I like the idea of just, you know, popping some of the things up. But that, I think, no, that's not the only thing I'm going to pop up. Okay, so I'm going to stick this, my little story, right behind these gifts. I didn't really want to cover up these flowers, but when I was looking for a place to put it, this is the only place that I liked it, so that's where it's going to be because I want it on there. And then from the word sticker sheet, what do they call it? Paper sticker words, yeah. So I pulled out this one that says "We Believe in Santa," and I'm going to put that right down here by the car, or truck, I mean. In my mind, it's my dad's car. Okay, so I'm putting that right there. And I like to put on 3, but I just couldn't find 3 other words that I liked. And also I just didn't know where to put them because I kind of liked what was here. Okay, now I'm also going to take 3 of the ornaments and pop them up close to the corner of my picture. And how sometimes I like to just kind of add dimension to what's already there, but I thought it'd be really cute with the ornaments right in this spot. And let's see, this is my spot. I had to find my spot. Okay, I'm excited about this because, you know, it's like you know, you don't do a picture about yourself every day. And this is just such a fond memory at Grandma's house. I love it. And now I'll have it in my album. Well, actually I can put it in, no, I can't put it in my album because, you know, I got the creative memory ones, and so it's like I'm going in order. Okay, so there's a little cookie up here, and I'm gonna put this right over top of that because I want this page to spill over onto this one in the spots where it looks like it does, where it's actually cut off there. And then I have another little star that looks like a cookie. So, and I want the part where it's dark, so I'm gonna, where it looks like it's kind of a little more overdone than the rest of it. And so I'm just overlapping that because I like how it looks. You know, here's the end of the paper, but then this spills over into that other spot. I really like that. And then I've got this dimensional ornament, and now I'm gonna add another one. And I'm gonna make this one dimensional. So I'm putting the exact same one over itself. And then I have another one, and it's the one that's right here at this corner. And I love this ornament too. And I gotta say, they have a big one, and I was so tempted to put it here, but then it just took away from that one. And this is my very favorite one, but the other one is second. I love ornaments. And I always have my favorites. Okay, so this one here, and you can see how pretty that is with the ribbon on it and everything. Just gorgeous. So I'm gonna put that one right here at the end, or at the top of my picture. And then I actually have everything there except for, I'm gonna put on some red enamel dots. And I don't think I'm going to use, well, maybe I'll use one of the big ones over here. I don't know. Might use the smaller and the minis. So I'm going to put one up in here. And then I want some small ones that almost look like they kind of trickle down from the first one. If I can get it out from underneath my nail. Just like that. And then I'll stick one over here by this little truck and maybe stick it right on top of that star, the middle of the star. Okay, and let's see, where else do I want them? I think I'll use that one and one small one too over here. Okay, and then over here by these presents, I think I'm going to stick a larger one over here by this little ornament, the dimensional one, and one over here by the little nutcracker. I'm going to put a little tiny one over here too. Okay. Do I want any place else? I don't know, I could glitz up the whole thing, but I think that's enough. I don't want to take away from the whole idea because I love it. Love it already. So that's it for today. Actually, there will be another one for today, my 30 Days of Sketches one. This is like just a bonus. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will have close-ups at the end. Bye-bye.